The United Nations General Assembly has adopted a resolution condemning North Korea's human rights violations. It calls for further sanctions on those who are most responsible for human rights abuses, likely referring to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Our Hyeong-woo starts us off.
For the 14th consecutive year, the United Nations General Assembly passed a resolution on Monday local time in New York criticizing the systematic, widespread, and gross human rights violations in North Korea. The non-binding resolution emphasizes that member states are deeply concerned at the grave human rights situation and the lack of accountability for human rights violations under the regime. Condemning the use of torture in the North, the resolution also criticized the inhumane conditions of detention, public executions, and the existing system of political prison camps. The Assembly's adoption of such a resolution comes at a time where the denuclearization talks between Pyongyang and Washington appear to have stalled, pointing out the lack of progress in addressing the human rights issues in the North. The resolution urges the UN Security Council to consider further sanctions on the regime to aim at those most responsible for human rights violations, seen as a clear reference to North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. But North Korea's ambassador to the UN rebuked the allegations, calling them the most despicable false allegations made up by a number of defectors who escaped the regime after committing crimes.
The draft resolution has nothing to do with genuine human rights, as it is product of political plot on the hostile forces that try to disgrace the image of DPRK.
But the resolution, unlike previous versions, added a part that says it welcomes the ongoing diplomatic efforts with the regime and notes the importance of dialogue and engagement for the improvement of the human rights and humanitarian situation in North Korea. The text of the resolution was jointly penned by Japan and the European Union with contributions from other member states, including South Korea. Hyeong-woo, Arirang News.